Footsteps walk hard on my catwalk. Through these sound waves, they static. Yeah, it sounds like a time from the past I can't explain. Not unless you're from the 60s on Cadillacs and gold.
What is up, YouTube fam? It's your favorite unapologetic lesbian.
And what you wife?
She's back, but she's not. I know that says reactions. This ain't a reaction. Obviously, this is the old Scottish cemetery in Moore County, North Carolina. I talk about this video at the beginning of it, but I wanted to do a second intro because I'm just gonna let my wife explain it, because talking about it at the beginning before we walked into the cemetery and now after I've walked out. Go ahead, darling.
So when you went into the town, it was like very unwelcoming. Like very. Like when you see a horror movie and the people like go into this little unknown town that's like in the middle of nowhere, and everyone just turns and looks at them like you're outsiders, you're not supposed to be here, and then some like wrong turn shit. Yeah,
I wish we would have recorded this when we went through this town to get to this cemetery. I wish like hell we would have.
It was very unwelcoming.
Very.
And then when you got to the graveyard, like, I know it's old, you're not going to read the tombstones or anything like that.
Witchy wife, keep this in mind, okay? And before she continues, let me say this. This is the oldest cemetery in Moore County. The oldest to date. That's why it's so historical. It's so, and it's really odd. It's not at a church.
It's not in a church. It's off, like, on a little backwoods road. Like, you wouldn't know it's there. There's no really any signs pointing in what direction.
Oh, there's a sign when you turn into it. There's a sign there that says Old Scottish Cemetery and points back, but you gotta, like, know where it's at.
You're not going to see it just
No,
past,
it's
like,
a sign
right
like
down.
this big. A small sign.
But you pull up in there, and they have, like, security cameras and everything, and it is taken care of.
It's very well maintained. There was no trash at all. None. And it's, I point this out in the video quite a bit. It was very, very, very video surveillance, and they done a good job because you couldn't see the video surveillance anywhere. Mm-hmm. I told her, I think it was a game cam up high in a tree.
But there was, like, no children graves.
Not the one, zero. Zero children.
And then when you leave back out, the graves are, like, I've been in some old graveyards, like really old graveyards, and even though they're not organized, they're organized.
This was no organization at all.
Like, I get ground moves.
I said organization. It was not organized at all.
The ground moves, grave shift, all that, but this was it.
This wasn't it.
Like, you can tell the graves are still pretty much in the same original place, and you would have, like, a cluster of random little graves, and then you would have, like, a line of graves, and then just, like, 1, 3, 5 just spread out. It was
very
weird.
Beautiful scenery, though. I see why. The man that got this plot, he was supposed to be buried there. He wasn't. He was buried in Scotland,
I think.
But his wife actually was buried in his plot in this cemetery. And just, wow. It's the highest point in Moore County, too. And like I said, before the trees and stuff, because them trees was not there when this cemetery was made. Those trees were not there. You'll see the trees. The trees were not there. It was on the side of a hill. That's what it was. This is where this cemetery was made. Was on the side of a hill, and it was the highest point in Piedmont. Okay, call it the foothills for a reason. It was the highest point. I will say something interesting. We got to figure out what the Pottery Dam Highway was. That was pretty damn interesting. Every 100 feet, every 100 yards, literally every 100 feet to every 100 yards. I'm not playing, not exaggerating.
It was Pottery something, Pottery House, Pottery Avenue, Pottery. It was
Route 66 for pottery. But I hope you guys enjoy this. There is some pictures that she was able to edit. The majority of her pictures were mushrooms, so I did throw one of those in there, but
There was a lot of mushrooms, and there was red mushrooms, and I don't see that
there was
often.
one big mushroom. It had white shit like on half of it. It was weird.
It was.
Weird. But I hope you guys enjoy this. This one was really, really
Bizarre.
and interesting. I want to go back in the fall. I do.
I feel like it would be so much more creepy.
Oh, and y'all hear me state in this video that I think you do, that I wish our county would do this with our cemetery. Like, when I say it was very maintained, it's very, 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 very maintained. They even have this little thing that you could write down your how your visit was and mail it in. Or you could, I think, email it in. I looked at her and I was like, fuck that. We'll just do a video. What we're doing. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, I guess at the end, like, comment, and subscribe. What is up, YouTube fam? So, for today's, we were sent this from my dad. This is the old Scottish graveyard. It was established in 1775, which is cool to me because America was established, well, 1776. This is the oldest cemetery in this county, in Moore County. It's like back out in the middle of nowhere. A creepy little pottery town too. This is pretty neat if you ask me. And it's back off in the woods. A tree fell. That I actually love. Welcome. Please respect this holy place and leave it as you found it. Moore County Historical Association. This is really cool.
What's not written on that?
There's nothing written on it. It's just a cross.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. So there's some tombstones right there. There's some all over there. And it's protected video surveillance.
That's all it says.
It's trail cams. They'll have them hidden. Which I don't disagree with. This is an old area. Like,
This mushroom looks like it has blood on it.
I see that. That's wicked. Now, here is a line of graves. And I mean, this place does have posted pretty promptly in a couple of areas that it's under video surveillance, which I'm not complaining about because this is historical. This is the oldest cemetery in this county. And I mean,
At the highest peak of this county.
and at the highest peak of this county. That right there, I mean, y'all can sort of see, like right here, there's tombstones, or not the tombstones are laid over. Some of them have been knocked over and fixed, like this one right here. But to stop grave robbers, because those are real, to stop people vandalizing, I completely agree with surveillance in it. And the cool thing about this place, they can't see it on here. There's a spider web right there that you just walk right past. The cool thing about this cemetery, the guy that bought this land for the cemetery, he's not even buried here. He was buried back in Scotland, but his wife is buried somewhere in this cemetery. I thought that was pretty cool that he got a plot for him. He got all this land, got a plot for him somewhere in it, and then he's not laid to rest here. But it's like his wife was like, no, I got you, honey. And she is actually buried in his plot in this cemetery, which I find really, really cool. Here's a cluster of them. This is just there's an open. This is kind of just bizarre to me, honestly. Like, I absolutely love how a neighboring county has done such an amazing job preserving.
This is one that came in and fit.
Didn't live long.
Mm-mm.
And I see what they've done. The ones that's fail, they've just laid them on cement.
Yeah.
Ooh.
In memory of the unknown souls
Resting internally in this sacred ground. Sleep on now and take your rest. Matthew 26:45.
So long ago, certain place, certain time, you touched my hand on the way down to Hammerline. But if our paths never cross, well, you know I'm sorry, boy. If I live to see the 7 wonders, I'll make a path to the rainbow's end. I'll never live to match the beauty of care. Rainbow's end.
That I'm better, I'm the rookie to the game, but they won't know me for my overdose, they'll know me for my name.